Well, joining me now is Washington Times columnist Tim Constantine, regular here on Newsmax Now. Tim, great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
And I love getting into these issues with you. I took a look at your new column in the Washington Times here, and it talks about the issue of transgender, or transgender, however you want to classify it here. Transgender rather appears to be the new target in the ever-progressing effort to redefine normal. You refer to the LGBT lobby and their desire to redefine normal, but isn't the normal thing here, Tim, that the definition of normal is always changing?
Oh, the goalpost is always changing, but the gay lobby are masters at moving that goalpost. They're very, very good at it. And if you look at the history of the gay movement since, around 1970 to now, where it was considered a mental illness in the diagnostic manual, to now where marriage is normal, anything is normal, this is the next step in their progression is let's pretend transgender is normal.
Well, I mean, I think when you look at the reception and the way that this country, not just, across a broad spectrum of the media, not just in the mainstream media, but the way that Caitlyn Jenner was embraced in this country, I think the American population is saying that this is a kind of a new normal. It's new, and people are still getting used to this, but it's being more accepted today.
If it was normal, Vanity Fair wouldn't have sold more copies than they've ever sold before. It's a freak show. People want to watch the freak show. People go to NASCAR not to see fast cars, they want to see the crash. And so they're looking at Caitlyn Jenner and they're thinking, wow, what the heck is that?
So Tim,
that's why they bought Vanity Fair.
But
that's why Entertainment Weekly has a transgender actress dressed as the Statue of Liberty this week. That's why CBS is putting a transgender actress on Big Brother this summer, because it is a freak show and people love to see the bearded lady or whatever else the freak show is.
I mean, I think there's a lot of folks associated with this that would be offended by that comparison to a freak show. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. There's something titillating about it. Well, other people would say these are human beings.
That's the bottom line. It is not normal. I talk about the young lady, now young man, if you believe in that sort of thing, at Harvard. She was one of the top high school swimmers in the nation and was recruited heavily by colleges all over. She was expected to be possibly the best female swimmer in college sports. She graduated high school in 2014 and took a year off to transition. Not to transition into college life, but to transition into being a man. If you go to my website, you can see there are photographs, beautiful girl, beautiful young girl, who then literally cut off her breasts, had her breasts cut off, and is now wants to swim for Harvard as a man. You can't tell me it's normal to cut off body parts.
I'm not here to define what normal is. I don't think that's for either of us to do. I think things are certainly changing. You mentioned the DSM, the manual here. It's allegedly the Bible for mental health disorders, but it has changed in the past, and there are other examples of things that might force some folks to scratch their head. Temper tantrums, listed as a mental disorder. Normal grief following a death, considered majorly depressive disorder. Everyday forgetfulness due to old age. These are all things that are also characterized as mental disorders. Maybe things will change when it comes to this.
Over the years, the American Psychiatric Association has certainly changed definitions. They've learned more about things. But again, just when you take it to the extreme, when you say it's not up to us to define what normal is, no, but you can't pretend anything and everything is normal. I mean, you can, and society in America now apparently does, but you can't tell me that's okay. I read a piece the other day. There was a state legislator out of California that was saying this young lady who's going to Harvard, who's now becoming a young man because she had body parts removed, that she was a role model.
Well, people are always going to take...
I can't think of any parent who hopes their kid turns out like that. A role model is someone you want to look like, someone you want to be like, someone you want to act like.
Well, Tim, we got to go. We're running out of time.
Their kid grows up and carves up their body.
Well, this isn't going away. We'll have you back. We got more coming up here, not on this issue, but more discussion about what's going on. Tim Constantine sticking around with us for a roundtable right after this.